Okay, we've got a no heat warranty call. Nice house we did right here in a nice little subdivision. It's got a bonus room upstairs, and we did a zoning job on this. He uses that bonus room as some type of office or something. A lot of times people don't use a bonus room very much, but he does. So we're just going to grab a flashlight and a couple of tools. And I'll tell you the beauty of these, one of the great things about these communicating variable systems, the high-end 20-SEER systems, is it tells us an error code, as most of you probably already know. I was just going to see if oh yeah, this is the same job. I remember we did it a couple years back, and there's the 20i. So I don't know what in the world he's done to that drain. We didn't do that. Why in the world would you insulate an outdoor drain? But so we've brought the igniter, and the error code it gave us told us that's what it was. So let's just go see about that.
3 seconds,
okay,
and then the air pops back up.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. And
yep.
let me see the confirm that code.
Sure. Yeah, it takes a couple minutes to.
Yeah.
There you go. See, it's heating.
Okay. So it's got a
call. But
try first, and then when it fails, it'll give us the code.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here the error comes up, and if we touch it, then we see that it's error code 10.00. So we should be able to go to the furnace and replace this igniter. I looked that up in our list.
All right, cool.
And so let's go see what we can do. Yeah, okay, so here's the furnace and the coil. And here's our April air filter we were using at the time, and it's trying to light now. So what we'll do is kill the power to it, and then we'll get in here and trust our diagnostics from Trane and replace this thing, and should be good to go. All right, it's very simple. 2 screws right there, and unplug the wire, and it comes out on the bracket. And for whatever reason, they turn really white when they stop conducting correctly. And this one is the neat thing about Trane's diagnostics is this will tell you exactly what the ohms is reading through this when it is not trying to light. So the board is able to calculate that, and it will tell you what it should read in the range and that it does not. Now, it may not be reading exactly, but it does at least tell you that it's not within range. So this looks dead on, so let's replace it and see if our automatic diagnostics are correct. Okay, so we've got the new one on the bracket here, and this is about as easy as you'll ever put an igniter in. I'm gonna stick it right in there right quick and see if this thing will fire up. Okay, and before I put this thing completely back together, I like to see it fire up, but those 2 screws there, that's about as easy of a igniter change as you'll ever do, and it plugs right in, of course. So I'm just going to hold this door switch a minute. Now, this is a communicating system, so it might take it a minute to initialize the control and fire up, but I just want to see it fire one time before we put this cover and all that back on the system. Yeah. And this is a 95% furnace in the attic, and here's what you have to do to successfully put these things in an area where it will freeze. If you see that heat tape that is on this line, it goes across through there and it's insulated and it's self-regulating, of course, so it doesn't burn power in the summer or anything. But I think it's 55 degrees and it'll self-regulate and it'll stay warm and it'll keep that line from freezing. And because it is a problem when that happens. So I think now we can see why we saw that frozen, that insulated line outside like that. But I think on that downhill it'd been okay. Right here is where it was freezing, and maybe inside the furnace, but we'll find out next winter. So it's starting to initialize, so we should get ignition here in just a little bit.
It takes that thermostat
Yeah,
a minute.
I hear some clicking now. Here comes our induced draft. So if we get ignition, we'll go ahead and put this thing back together. There we go. There's our hot surface heating up. So I'm pretty sure this is all that was going on here. Those covers are a little bit aggravating to get on, so I'm just going to be sure it fires off. Yep. So let's put this thing back together and get this customer's house heated up. Okay, I was mistaken. This is a 20-SEER system, but it is not zoned. The one 10-inch line to this bonus room is too small to be the smallest zone. So we just put him a light switch and he can just turn that normally closed, energized, open damper off and on to the zoning, to the bonus room zone. And this right here, now this guy's an engineer and he knows more than I do, but this right here is exactly why I don't like putting 90 plus or 95% furnaces in attics. It froze one time a couple of years ago and he had to come in here and do this heat tape thing, and that's why we saw that insulation outside. I don't know what that is and why he would do that, but he's done that himself. That certainly wouldn't be us. But I hear it starting to fire back up, and we've buttoned it all up. We'll just make sure we hear the burner. Yep, there she goes. She's burning. So we'll go ahead and leave this, and the diagnostic situation with the communicating controls worked great and told us what was wrong. Everything else looks good here. I think that is a UV light. And of course he put that in here himself. He's obviously a mechanical engineer. Pretty sharp guy. Just, you know, he knew more than me, so when I tried to talk him into an 80% furnace, he was not interested in that, and he insisted that he would go through all that if necessary. And he found out that it is necessary. So anyway, back up and running. Simple repair. Thanks for watching.